Off the next one. I'm not scared. Here we found all sorts of really cool stuff. Kind of seafood and all sorts of fun stuff. Say that a chef is only as good as their last plate, but I disagree. I feel like a chef is only as good as what's in their vault. After 25 years in professional kitchens, I've come to realize that the best recipes don't come from textbooks or cookbooks or from what I learned in culinary school. They come from the places I've been. This is the travel vault of what do you want to cook. In every session, we're unlocking a memory and turning it into a dish right here in my kitchen. Today, we're opening a folder from 2023, Saigon, Vietnam. Let's go. My buddy and I were in the back of motor scooters weaving through a sea of motorbikes in District 4, Saigon, or Ho Chi Minh City. Our guides were local students. They were navigating the chaos of the streets just as they were navigating their own futures, leading tours to master their English.
My name is Wee.
My name is Long. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you, and we are your guide food tour today, a scooter.
Okay, let's start a tour in Ho Chi Minh City.
It's gonna work out just fine.
First up, we smashed some pho. I asked our guides why they do this. They told me it's about more than just extra money. It's their career path. Hearing this ambition while dodging traffic, that's the kind of inspiration you just can't find in a book.
This has got really depth of flavor in the broth. The chilies are killer. This is super good. I gotta figure out how to make that.
Yeah.
Hey, we picked this street food tour because the guys that are taking us on the tour are students. Just their way to make some money while they're going to school. What are you doing for school? What are you studying?
Doing car engineering.
With the hopes of doing what? There's a new startup company here. VinFast, electric car company here in Vietnam. The ultimate goal of working in that company. So what are you doing in school?
Yeah, I study about engineer, electricity engineer.
Electrical engineer.
Yeah, like think about light system in the construction.
Excellent. Yeah, so he's going to help create the batteries for the car he's going to build, I think. I don't know, something like that, right?
Yeah, we have different major and to study, and we join this tour with the same like the purpose to learn English, to find a way to improve our English speaking skill.
You guys are doing fantastic.
Yeah.
Next one, apparently we're going to have some snack food. Something about sticky rice and coconut milk.
Banana.
Next stop, we're going to visit a street vendor who only serves one thing, but it's the original, and they've been making it for over 20 years.
It was super delicious. They pack a banana inside of the sticky rice. It's got a little coconut milk on top. Like that was a really, really good treat.
It's always great to have a travel partner. Meet my friend Sean.
What are you thinking about, Sean?
Just how amazing this place is and how wonderful the food is and the people are. It's and I can't imagine that I got myself on a motorcycle and got out into traffic here, so it's a blast. It's a blast.
On to the next place. Gotta have a banh mi.
Now we're gonna have some Vietnamese baguette for you. Which one they call Bánh Mi. So this one is the normal one that the people they will put inside their pork sauces. We also have pate made from pork liver. We also have some pickle, some coriander, and soy sauce for you to try it. Very basic one, but very, very good. So
I do believe it's time for a coffee break.
All right, a Vietnamese coffee. Question everybody's been asking about. Essentially, it's pour over. Coffee beans down low, pour the water in. Just gonna let it drip
We have
down.
one more stop in District 5. I'm told we're going to try the Vietnamese pancake, also known as a crepe, but really known as the Banh Xeo.
it's made from the rye flour. They also mix it up with the turmeric powder inside, and then they will put inside a little bit water to make it tense enough. So the first one, the people they will fry the shrimp and the pork together. Then they will put all the rice powder on top. They will pour a little bit of bean sprout and mushroom inside. Then they wait until it's crunchy enough to fold it. They serve it outside with a lot of veggie. We're gonna roll in it, we wrap it together, and we dip in the fish sauce to have it. So now you can see how the people make it from here.
Saigon had so many flavors and textures to offer, but the one thing that stuck out to me was the Banh Xeo. It gets its name from the sound the batter makes when it hits the pan, the xeo. Here's what you need. You're gonna need white rice flour, cornstarch, unsweetened coconut milk, and when you pick one up, shake it. Can you hear it move around? This one, it hasn't separated, right? So that is what you're looking for. You can hear it in the can, all right? You're gonna need turmeric and a little bit of salt and some water. And you're gonna need a Vitamix. For the rest of the dish, since the Banh Xeo is a crispy crepe wrapped in lettuce leaves, I picked up some red butter lettuce. We're gonna have cilantro, some fresh mint. I'd gone ahead and went with shiitakes, which I think are kind of fun, and mung beans, all right? So this is how I do it. You can add anything you want, but this is how I do it, all right? Let's go ahead and make the batter. Little helpful tip for you. Start with the liquids first when it comes to the food processor, all right? So we're gonna start 2 cups of water. Half a cup coconut milk. This is your 300 grams of rice flour. 75 grams cornstarch. 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of turmeric. Start the Vitamix or your blender off pretty slow, all right? So you don't want to blast it full blast all at once, right? Start it slow and then slowly turn it up. All right, you start to see that wonderful yellow color of the turmeric, all right? And again, helpful tip for the day, start with the liquids, then add the dry ingredients, all right? Otherwise it's gonna be all kind of stuck in the bottom. So once it starts to create that centrifuge, it'll be a lot easier for it to blend together and you won't have to scrape the sides all the time. You probably saw in the video how the woman was cooking. She just a big giant wok pan and using a ladle to splash the batter around. I've decided I'm gonna go with a squirt bottle. All right, done. That's where it starts. Banh Xeo batter. Gluten-free, vegan. All right, you set the batter aside. Go ahead, it's time to prep the mushrooms. There's not a lot of prep involved. We're simply just gonna give them a quick little slice. I suppose you could probably make 8 or 10 Banh Xeos out of this batch of batter. Something like that. I'm using shiitakes, but once again, you know, the Banh Xeos that I tried in Saigon were all fairly different. One had seafood, one had pork belly. I thought, you know, I'm a mushroom fan. We're making this one vegan, gluten-free. Obviously, put some pork belly in there if you want. Put some bacon in there. Put some prawns in there or scallops or whatever. But I think that I'm just going to make this a mushroom Banh Xeo. All right, there we go. So I talked about the nak cham sauce. This is for dipping. Super versatile. Use it for spring rolls as well. Real quick, here's how you make it. In the bottom of a container, you're going to have 2 serrano chilies diced up, 4 cloves of garlic minced up. You're going to put in the juice of 2 limes. You're going to put in 3 tablespoons of tamari. On the stovetop, you're going to bring to a boil 1 cup of water and 1/2 cup of sugar. Once it comes to a boil, pour it right over the top and let it cool down. That's your nak cham. Here's the deal with the Banh Xeo. Temperature, the type of pan is super important, all right? You need to kick on the heat at about a medium, a little bit over. Medium plus, call it a medium high. I'm gonna go with a sesame oil in this. Be a little bit liberal. We are cooking mushrooms. They're gonna soak up a little bit of the oil. This is a half blend of olive oil and half pure sesame oil in the pan. We're just going to let it heat up for a second. I use carbon steel pans, or a wok pan would be great, but carbon steel, it's all about the heat. You could certainly give it a shot with a non-stick pan. Whether or not you get the same outcome, I honestly don't know because I don't own any non-stick pans. You can kind of start to see the ripple of the oil in the pan. We're going to go ahead and add mushrooms. We don't need all of these. I'm going to do like, I don't know, like a nice handful, all right? All right, see how they're immediately starting to cook? The Banh Xeo itself will have a nice crunch to it, but we're going to cook the mushrooms like literally into it. I'm going to season with a little bit of mushroom salt. You're going to want to have a spatula handy. It's going to be important you have oil all over the bottom of the pan and a little bit up the sides, all right? When we put the batter in, we're gonna go in a swirling motion, starting from the outside into the middle until the bottom is completely covered in the batter. All right, here we go. Can you hear the sound it's making as it hits the bottom of the pan? What we're going for is this like light, lacy texture. So when you bite into the Banh Xeo, it's gonna be not only crunchy, but chewy at the same time. Like that's the secret. I tried about like 10 different recipes. I mean, most traditionally, you have like, there's egg in there and there's regular flour or rice flour, there's oil, there's all these different things. But finally, recipe experiment number 10, it came to me. I was overthinking it. So we made it very simple. You can kind of see the edges of the Banh Xeo start to kind of curl up. It's become loose from the pan. Here comes the hard part. You can either use a spatula to flip this over, or you can simply do it like this. I want to heat the mung beans up, but I don't want to necessarily cook them. I want to give them a little steam, all right? We're going to put some right here on about half of the Banh Xeo. You can see all the steam coming off of it. You know, the first time I had Banh Xeo, it was super, super thin, and they didn't actually flip it at all. Batter in the pan, cooked it a bit, then put the rest of the mung beans on it, folded it, served it. I flip it over, I want it crunchy on both sides. That's the gist of it, all right? We're going to go ahead and just fold this in the pan. Turn off the heat, and put it onto the plate. Excited right now. Okay, so you got the Banh Xeo with the mung beans cooked with the mushrooms inside. Now, to eat it, lettuce. Okay, we're going to use this red butter lettuce. The general idea is that you're making like a hand roll type scenario. We got 5 leaves of that. We're going to go ahead in here. We're going to have a little bit of fresh mint on the plate. We're going to put a little bit of fresh cilantro on the plate and a little bit of this nok chom dipping sauce. Oh man, I can't wait to eat this. The crunch of Saigon. When I take a bite of this Banh Xeo, I remember the face of a student driving a scooter through a sea of motorbikes. That's the beauty of the travel vault. One bite and I'm right back there in the humid air of Saigon, learning that some of the world's best culinary lessons aren't taught in schools. They're found on street corners.